Welcome back. My name is Dr. Bruce Landon, Chief Medical Officer for Doctors & Company, and I'd like to talk a little bit today about terminology. The take-home from today's video will be understanding the differences between an isolate, a broad spectrum, and a full spectrum product. Knowledge is always going to help you get what you're looking for. So as you navigate the dispensary space, the online space, it's so important that you know what you're looking for so that you're not disappointed with the products that you purchase. An isolate is a crystalline powder. It can be CBD, it can be THC, it can be a host of any one of a number of cannabinoids, but it represents a pure, a 99+% purity of a particular cannabinoid. We don't pick an isolate off of a plant or extract it from a plant. Isolation is a process. Remember, our starting material is always the cannabis plant. Then we go through an extraction process. That'll give us a crude. That crude is then winterized. That winterized will then ultimately give us a distillate. And then an isolation process, that distillate is further refined with a series of solvents and evaporations and purification steps to ultimately give us a purified crystalline product of a particular cannabinoid, which will be very much dependent upon your starting material. That cannabinoid isolate can be added immediately to an oil-based product, or it can be solubilized for a beverage enhancer. It can be nanoed or emulsified or encapsulated in some manner for a topical as well. Isolates can also be added to other distillate products to enhance their profile and broaden the spectrum of that particular product. Which takes us to the second product that I'd like to talk to you about today, and that's a broad spectrum product. So when somebody says, I have a broad spectrum product, now this is a step up from an isolate, not necessarily with regards to the therapeutic value, but with respect to the fact that you're getting more for your buck, if you will. So we have, again, our starting material as the plant. We have an extraction process that'll give us a crude. That crude is winterized, and that gives us ultimately a distillate. But this is where we stop. We don't continue to refine down to a single cannabinoid product, and what we're left with is a distillate that has a certain percentage of different cannabinoids, a certain percentage of different terpenes and flavonoids, but no THC. This is one of the defining characteristics of a broad spectrum product, is the absence of THC. Now, we can create a broad spectrum product in one of two ways. We can start with an isolate, and then we can add other cannabinoids, remember no THC, and we can add terpenes and flavonoids to give us a product of choice, or we can actually take a full spectrum product and we can remediate out the THC. By whatever means you take yourself there, the cannabinoid profile, the terpene profile, the flavonoid profile will always be dependent upon the quality of your starting material, i.e. your plant material, and the extraction process. Now, a full spectrum product now represents the maximum preservation of what plant compounds are available to us through the cannabis trichome. So we're again taking a process, a plant material, going through an extraction, giving us a crude, winterizing that crude, and taking us to a distillate. However, this time, by virtue of the quality of the plant material and the type of extraction process that we've picked, we now have assured ourselves the highest percentage yield of cannabinoids and terpenes and flavonoids and essential oils. Remember, it too is an extraction process. So where the confusion I think exists for most people is, what are the end products of a full spectrum? And let me list them here for you. We've got HTFSE, which stands for high terpene full spectrum extract. We have HCFSE, which stands for high cannabinoid full spectrum extract. We have the darling of the industry right now, the sauce or terp sauce, and we have live resin. And we're going to talk a lot more about these in specific detail in later videos. But to summarize, our full spectrum products are going to be your HTFSE, your HCFSE, your terp sauce, and your live resins. Now the take-home message that I want you to also leave with me today is that all concentrates are extracts, but not all extracts are concentrates. We've got concentrates for people that like dabbing. That would be our wax, our butter, our shatter, and these are extracts often with poor to really no terpene profile. And it's really, as you recall, the terpene profile that really is responsible for the aroma and the flavor of your product. So the quality of your starting material, the right extraction process can yield you with a superb full spectrum concentrate. What you now know is that a full spectrum concentrate, by definition, has to have some preserved terpene content. It's going to have some preserved aroma and flavor, and it's going to enhance the entourage effect. We can also yield a full spectrum extract, which will do all of those and a little bit more. It'll preserve the terpene profile, it'll preserve the aroma, it'll preserve the flavor, but it'll also preserve a slightly wider array of other plant compounds like flavonoids, phospholipids, and sterols. So in summary, I hope you leave us today with a little bit better understanding of what an isolate product is, what a broad spectrum product is, and what a full spectrum product is. Thanks very much for watching.